Yes, I am all for feminist causes as a woman, but I am happy, very happy, to leave barbecuing to the men in my life. According to polling, nearly half of women say they are better than blokes at barbecuing. 3/4 of women say that the stereotype manning the grill is sexist and outdated. Who are these women, I ask? I know that I would much prefer to be reclining in a sun lounger, sat on my bottom, drinking a cold glass of Pimms, watching my other half grill up a storm than be standing above the hot coals in the garden, sweating and stinking like beef, sausage and God knows what else. Yes, I know there are some women out there who love the barbecuing life. But the vote, winning the vote, it is not. This is not a feminist issue, and I'm very happy for men to take the lead when it comes to barbecuing. Well, there you go. That is my view. Now, I think most women secretly, even if they don't say it in this poll, quite like the man doing the barbecuing. It's a bit of a hot mess, isn't it, Alvy?
That's completely right. I don't want to do barbecuing either. So I would actually say that it probably doesn't just extend to men and women, and it's a split between men and women. It might be something more about, I don't know, tougher people might like barbecuing and maybe wimps like me prefer to do something like make a salad, for example.
Well, I was going to say in my speech, but I got rudely cut off by the buzzer, that there's something a little bit sexy about it, Leo. Do you feel like a man when you're barbecuing?
Yes, I do, but I've got to go against what you say. I think women should do the barbecuing, because I see it as a kitchen that's been moved to the garden.
Right, so...
Leo curse.
Now, the issue for many women, which I'm sure women at home will agree with me, is that the men like to take all the glory for the grilling and they leave all the inside cooking to the women. But you want the women to be doing the outside cooking and the inside cooking and presumably all of the cleaning up.
And bringing me a beer. Let's not cut this list of tasks short.
Leo Curse, I'm going to hope you're joking. You are a comedian after all. Benjamin.
I mean, look, you know, I can't cook, so I think it's best I don't go near any barbecue. You know, if God had wanted me to cook, she wouldn't have invented restaurants, OK? I get other people to do my cooking. But I think there is actually something here, that it's about the expectation of what a man and a woman should be like and of the role they should play. And actually, I think it's quite problematic to say that men should be in control, they should be organising it, in charge of a party when you're barbecuing. Isn't that actually... you know, quite a sad thing for you to think that you want to hand that all over to a bloke?
No, I actually think it's empowering. As a woman, I can pick and choose what I like to do and what I like to enjoy. So I personally like to sit back and relax when it's time for a barbecue. I like to sit there with my cocktail, my glass of rosé. I like to watch the man in my life. I like either or both, whatever. And
coming out now. No one's just not on the barbecue.
The man can do the barbecuing over the hot coals. There's something caveman-like about it. Do you like watching a man barbecuing?
You've just outed yourself as a lush, Emily.
OK, or a non-alcoholic Prosecco.
Look, I actually do, because then I'm in charge of the quantity and what actually goes out there, so it's really a bit of selfish. It's not altruistic at all.
So you're a barbecuer?
You're
the only barbecuer in the room.
Well, there we are. So I'll be doing the GB News barbecue next summer, this summer coming. But look, I actually think ultimately, it doesn't, in the grand scheme of things, if you want a barbecue, do the barbecue. If you don't want to do the barbecue, get some other poor sod to do it.
But, Emily, do you think that women can't do it, that they're not as capable of it?
Oh, no.
Why do you think...
They're very much capable of it. It's the men who make it out to be this uber-difficult task that only a man can do. But I'm saying
Darren.
Women, most women, I would hazard a guess, would prefer to leave the barbecuing to the men. They feel good about themselves, they have fun doing it, but it is irritating when they make out it's this massive thing when the woman's behind the scenes doing everything else.
I also think it depends what kind of family you come from. I come from a single-parent household. My mother was the parent that was around. We all did the barbecuing. There was no man to do the barbecuing. So I don't necessarily think it's helpful to look at men's jobs and women's jobs, because in some families, that won't be possible for some people. And so some women have to barbecue because there's no man to barbecue.
That's true. But I see barbecuing as taking the bins out.
Well,
it's a majority.
But my mum had to take the bins out too before I was old enough to do it.
Majority man pastime if there is a man and a woman. Only if there is a man and a woman. Of course, if you're a single parent, you have to do absolutely everything.
But what? You sound like Theresa May when she said that Philip May would take the bins out. That was a man's job, she said, at that general election that didn't go very well. Do you think they should do the barbecue and take the bins out and women aren't for that role?
I mean, I'd be absolutely lying if I said that I take the bins out. I don't.
Well, what you've got to remember...
It has and always will be a man's
full of wine
job.
bottles, by
You've
the sound
got to
of it.
remember that Benjamin doesn't actually know what a man and a woman is, so I wouldn't actually take his word for that as far as gender roles are concerned.
Leo, you haven't said much.
No, I mean, like, I don't know how a man could look at his wife and still feel like a man if he watched her take the bins out. That's ridiculous. I mean, my wife does it sometimes, but we've got a lift, so it's not actually that bad. It's a small bin. But yeah, I think barbecuing is a primal manly thing, you know, and also, you know, you don't want to, your wife could get scalded.
Yeah.
Well, you could get scolded, yes, a hazard. I just think, you know, it is a majority male thing. There's no problem with that. Women, go barbecue if you want to, of course, you know, flip a sausage, flip a burger, whatever you fancy. But I just think, you know, we shouldn't necessarily shame men for wanting to,
Do you think
have a go at it
gender roles in
themselves.
general, Benjamin, should be abolished?
Yeah, probably.
Is that why
I mean,
you...
I just don't believe that there is some kind of innate ability to barbecue for a fella compared to a woman.
Well, a man, though, likes to... It's that... showing his masculinity.
It's that men like to be in control, right? And I think that's quite problematic.
No, I think it's evolutionary.
Emily, I think you're probably a bad feminist for saying this.
Well, goodness me, no, as I said before, women's provocative? That's not the word I meant to say. Prerogative.